Hello guys, welcome to the channel again. This is MPT Reviews. What do we have here today? Thinkpad. The Lenovo Thinkpad X390. This will be a short review of this business laptop. I like business laptops. We'll just go through the specifications, talk a little bit about it, and you know, tell you guys my verdict and opinion about this beautiful laptop. Lenovo Thinkpad. Oh, we all know that the Thinkpad is Lenovo's business solution. This is a very solid laptop. It's been employed in so many places. Most offices use ThinkPads. Why? They've got this history of reliability and they're very durable. Like, look at this thing. You can go into a fight with it and you both come out unscathed. The chassis evokes assurance. It's very solid. For the physical design, it's simply utilitarian. It's just a solid box. Like, it's something that it's not aesthetic. It's not as beautiful as, let's say, the Dell XPS 13 or HP's new EliteBook or Dell Precision. This is just solid. It's form. It got some form and mostly function. So that's what it's for. The material, it's magnesium alloy. Magnesium alloy is very light. It's a very light notebook. It's stronger than plastic, so it's going to give you that good assurance. The design language is strictly business. This is just what it is, business. I take this wherever I'm going and I expect it to always work. The hinge is sturdy. It opens all the way to 180 degrees. I like this with notebooks. At least that fear of having a stuck point where I could break the hinge or something. No, it doesn't apply here. 180 degrees is good enough. Very durable. For this one, we have the 10th generation Core i5 with a base clock of 1.6 gigahertz. With Intel Turbo Boost, you can get up to 3.9 gigahertz. For the 10th generation, the lithography process is 14 nanometers. That's how small each of the transistors on the chip are. The GPU is the basic thing. Intel 620 GPU, UHD. Nothing, you shouldn't expect much since it's a business ultrabook. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. Well, the issue with this RAM is that it's soldered down. It's not the usual sub-beam sockets. I think for something this small, it's okay, it's permissible. But 8 gig RAM, I think you should go for the 16 gig version. There's a 16 gig version of it. Since you can't really upgrade the RAM, 16 gig is advisable. For the SSD, we've got 256 gig. SSDs, we know that SSD is the way to go for slim laptops like this. HDDs are gone. Basically, those things are slow and so mechanical, noisy, create a lot of noise, and SSDs eliminate that fear of bumping your notebook around and feel like, the system is gonna crash or something. No, it's gonna eliminate that. For the display, we've got 13 inches. I love 13-inch notebooks. It's this fine balance with portability and functionality. It's not as big as 15 inches, but for 13 inches, this is okay. You can walk with it on a train, on a plane, on your sofa, on the couch. I've got a fingerprint reader here. Fingerprint reader is good for security. My gripe with this, there's no infrared camera for Windows Hello, just a basic webcam and 2 microphones for the Skype calls. This is anti-glare. The anti-glare here means it's not glossy. It's good for outdoors. It helps reduce reflections. But the usual gripe with anti-glare displays, low contrast. The contrast is kind of poor. But with IPS, we've got great viewing angles. IPS is, in plane switching, it's cool. It's better than our usual LCDs, TFT LCDs. IPS are here to stay because of that color accurate color reproduction. It's OLED screens are good, but they've got this inaccurate and saturated colors. For something straight to business, IPS is the way to go. Well, one thing we've got here also is there's a webcam shutter. This is good for privacy. If you're afraid of someone snooping around or using your webcam, there's a webcam shutter. This is good for business, for privacy. Now, when we get to the keyboard, this is one of the big plus for Lenovo. They've got very good keyboard. These keys are so punchy. It's fun to type with. The key travel is so good. Getting something like that on a notebook this slim, it's good. With MacBook Air and HP EliteBook and Spectre and most of these new 13-inch laptops, they've got very shallow keys, and that's not good for typing. This is very, very good. Well, it's a no-brainer. Lenovo's been making great keyboards for a long time now. For the ports, that's what I have here. We've got Type-C ports. These have Thunderbolt 3. Well, with Thunderbolt 3, you can basically mirror your display, connect it to an external monitor using Thunderbolt. Still with Thunderbolt 3, you can use an external GPU. Well, the Intel 620 is not that good, but we don't really expect this laptop to have a good GPU because it's for business. But for something this small, I'm really impressed with the number of ports. There's a full HDMI, a full USB 3.1. There's another USB port here too, full USB A. This is really good. You don't have to sacrifice, a lot of ports for portability. We got Bluetooth 5.0 here too. That's quite important to an extent. Bluetooth 5.0 helps with, your new earbuds and new headsets that support LDAC and improved sound support with Bluetooth 5.0. For thermals, I keep talking about thermals a lot because that's something I got to understand. It really affects performance. Most of these notebooks that are slimmer, they tend to be very sensitive over certain temperature ranges. And with this Core i5 chip, it's a 15 watts thermal design power. It doesn't generate a lot of heat, but with cooling solutions, we can help improve performance. There's a little intake here and the side vents. I love side vents. They are not easily obscured, so that would help with breathability. Also, try to keep it on an elevated surface for proper airflow. And the thing with slim notebooks, once they get hot, the performance drops. It's a basic, I won't say it's a design flaw, it's something we've gotten used to. Thermal throttling. As it gets hot, there's an Intel software or process that reduces the clock speed so the CPU doesn't overheat. The only way to get through that bottleneck is proper cooling. Having an air-conditioned environment, something that can prevent dust from clogging out these ports. For the trackpad is good. I don't think it's Microsoft Precision, but this is smooth enough. It's got a click pad, and of course Lenovo gives you options for buttons up and the track point. I've never really been a fan of this track point though. Don't really use it. But the trackpad is good. It's smooth, but if you've got oily hands, they quickly make it greasy, but it's easy to clean. Very easy to clean. That's for the trackpad. Audio. Business laptops are not that great for audio. We don't really look up to them, but for Skype, it's got two speakers down here, and you also have to make sure that it's elevated to prevent the sound from getting muffled. Battery life, yes, the battery life here is so good. Something like this, it's supposed to give you very good battery life, battery performance. If you're on a train, you're traveling, you're in transit, you need to respond to that mail, type out that document, it's gonna be there for you. You've got 13 hours, basically 13 hours battery life. This is excellent. Uh, some notebooks I've seen, especially with this Core i5 10th generation, something slim like this, you wouldn't expect it to have great battery life. Slim laptops have smaller batteries. But for this, it's good enough. There are some other alternatives. The Dell XPS 13, HP EliteBook, Asus ZenBook. Those are more stylish laptops. But this, I think, would trump them in being very durable. The XPS is also durable, but more stylish looking. Of my verdict on this, ThinkPad. We've known ThinkPad for being utilitarian. The design, they've got great business, sturdy business laptops. This X390 is living up to that. So it's something that I can recommend for any office solution. It's gonna last until maybe you have to upgrade, your whole, like say, fleet of laptops. So it's a very solid laptop. It starts at $899, but there are a lot of options. These are full HD display. There are glossy options. There are touchscreen options. There's even the ThinkPad Yoga. That's a 360 option too. But this is just something basic and functional. Well, if you want to get a discount on this product, click on the link. Click on the description. The link in the description below to get more options. There are other laptops you can find there too at Nanish Technologies. You're gonna get a good discount on this there. I'm gonna give this out of 5 points. I'll give this a 3.5. 3.5 is, for the price, it's good, but I feel there are some things that would have been better. I think the screen, maybe it's just my problem with anti-glare. If that, maybe the glossy option would be better with better contrast. So that's what I'm gonna give for this. So I think that'll be all. I thank you all for watching to the end of this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you very much.